Well, hello, my lovelies. It's YaYa here, back with another story with Story Time with YaYa and Papa Moon. Today we're reading The Never Girls in a Blink, Volume 1, written by Nikki Thorpe and Jana Christie in 2013. So we're on Chapter 2. If you remember out in Chapter 1, Lainey and Mia and Kate were all playing in the backyard when Mia's little sister Gabby came in and was pestering them just a little bit. Remember, Mia was playing in the flowers and she caught a fairy when the fairy was trying to blink home. And then all of a sudden, Gabby touched her arm and the backyard went away, just like that in a blink. So I'm excited to see what happened next. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. The girls were standing on an empty beach. Where the fence had been a moment before, waves now curled against a sandy shore. Instead of a house behind them rose a wall of dense green forest. Oh, a rustling overhead made them look up. A flock of pink flamingos was crossing in the sky. I did see pink flamingos, Lainey murmured. Are we dreaming? Asked Mia. Kate didn't think it was a dream. She'd never had a dream so sharp and so clear. But just to be sure, she reached out and pinched Mia. Ow, Mia rubbed her arm. Kate! Kate grinned. I guess we're not dreaming. Mia, Gabby complained, you're squeezing too hard. Mia let go of Gabby's arm, which she'd been gripping so tightly. Then she noticed Gabby's cupped palms. What have you got in your hands, Gabby? Mia asked. A fairy, said Gabby. Gabby, what's the rule about fibbing? Mia gave her sister a stern look. But I do have a fairy. See? Gabby opened her hands and a real live fairy flew out. The other girls jumped back startled. Oh my gosh, Mia gasped. The fairy had curly brown hair and a lemon yellow glow. She looked as surprised to see the girls as they were to see her. She blinked 3 times. Then quick as a wink, she darted away. Come back, Gabby cried. But the fairy didn't stop. They could see her glow zigzagging between the trees. Kate turned to her friends. Well, don't just stand there. Her heart was pounding with excitement. Let's follow her. Prilla raced toward Pixie Hollow, flying as fast as her wings could carry. Right then, she would have given anything to be a fast-flying talent fairy. Of course, Prilla thought unhappily, if I were a fast-flying talent fairy, I wouldn't be in this mess to begin with. She rounded a clump of wildflowers and Tinkerbell's workshop came into view. If anyone could help her, it was Tink. When Prilla burst through the door of the workshop, Tink looked up with a frown. She didn't like to be interrupted while she was working on her pots and pans. But she saw the look on Prilla's face and she put down the saucepan she was fixing. What's wrong? She asked. A problem, Prilla replied. A big, big problem. Well, bring it to me, said Tink. Whatever it is, I'm sure I can fix it. I can't bring it here. Can you come with me? Prilla was wringing her hands. There's a picture of them right there. Now, Tink glanced down at the middle of her saucepan. I was just in the middle of, it's an emergency, Prilla begged. Tink sighed. All right, what is the problem anyway? I think you need to see this for yourself, said Prilla, grabbing Tink's hand as she pulled her out the door. When they reached the beach, Prilla stopped and hovered in the air. They were here when I left, she cried. They? Asked Tink. From far off, the fairies heard a shout. Tink ears pricked up. That sounds like clumsies. That's what I wanted to show you, she said. Come on. Prilla and Tink followed the voices into the forest, and then Tink got her first look at Prilla's problem. Or 4 problems to be exact. 4 girls were making their way through the trees. The tallest one led the way. She had freckles, a mop of red hair, and a bouncy walk. The girl walking behind her had big glasses that kept sliding down her nose. A girl with long curly black hair brought up the rear. She held the hand of a little girl who looked as if she might be her sister. The little girl kept pulling her hand away. There's the pictures of the 4 girls, Gabby and Mia and Lainey and Kate, walking through the forest. Tink stared. The littlest girl had wings. Tink had never seen a clumsy with wings before. Kate, the girl with the glasses, said hesitantly, do you think maybe we're lost? The redhead girl stopped. She put her hands on her hips and looked around. How can you be lost when you don't even know where you are? She said. I've never seen those clumsies before, Tink whispered to Prilla. Where did they come from? Prilla said, squirming around. Well, you see, I think I brought them here. What? Tink said. She was so shocked, her wings missed a beat. She dropped an inch in the air. I didn't mean to, Prilla said quickly. It was an accident. Tink pulled on her bangs, as she always did when she was annoyed or confused. Right now, she was both. Maybe you'd better start from the beginning. I was on a blink, Prilla explained. Prilla had an unusual talent, even for a fairy. She could visit children anywhere in the world by just blinking. Prilla's talent was very important. By visiting children, she kept their belief in fairies alive, and fairies thrived through children's blinking. Tink nodded. Go on. It was like any other blink until I tried to come back. When I got to Neverland, the girls were here too. I must have brought them with me. Well, then just blink them back to wherever they came from, said Tink, crossing her arms. I tried. It didn't work. Oh, Tink, what should I do? Tink sighed. This was trouble with being a fairy who mixed things. Other fairies came to her with all kinds of problems, and not all of them involved pots and pans. At that moment, the little girl looked up and spotted them. My fairy's back, she cried. She brought a friend, the one with glasses said. The girls scrambled to get a closer look. Oh, see her tiny ponytail and her little leaf dress? Oh, look at the pom-poms on her shoes. She is so cute. I am not cute, said Tink. Tink had never been very fond of clumsies, except for Peter Pan, of course. And those girls seemed like a particularly silly bunch. Prilla, these girls don't belong in Pixie Hollow. Send them home. But Tink, Prilla began. Just then, they heard the whisper of wings. A third fairy appeared in the glen. It was Spring, a messenger. Prilla and Tink flew over. Come to the home tree at once, Spring told them. What is it? Prilla asked, her heart sinking. Spring glanced at the four girls. Bring your clumsies. The queen wants to have a word with you. Oh, it's getting better and better. All right. I'll see you next time for chapter 3. All right. Love you. Mwah.